Hey everyone! You clicked on this because deep down, you suspect your lack of friendships isn't about being introverted, right? Today, we're cutting through that excuse and tackling the 6 shocking, fixable patterns that are actually killing your connections. Let's dive in and fix this together. Have you ever felt like you're trying your best, but the friends just aren't showing up? It's a tough feeling, and honestly, you're not alone. But let's cut through the noise and talk about one of the biggest, most fixable reasons you might not have the friends you want: your social skills. Look, some people are naturals, but for many of us, social interaction is a struggle. It's not about being a bad person. It's usually about anxiety, shyness, or simply not having learned the rulebook. These are the essential social skills, the foundation of every lasting friendship. When you lack these skills, you're accidentally putting up a wall. Think of it this way: what makes someone easy to talk to? It boils down to 3 things: effective communication, being able to clearly say what you mean; active listening, really hearing the other person, not just waiting for your turn to talk; and understanding the signals. That's reading body language, knowing if someone is interested or totally checked out. If you struggle to engage or you're misreading those signals, you're unintentionally pushing people away. Okay, so how do we fix this? The good news is social skills are exactly that: skills. You can learn them. You need a practice plan. First, start small. You don't have to host a party. Just try starting a 30-second conversation in a low-stakes place: the coffee line, the gym. Practice your opening line. Second, get educated. Grab a book. Watch a few videos, like this one, about effective communication. Learn the theory, then apply it. Third, find a safe sandbox. This is the secret weapon. Try role-playing with a trusted family member or friend. Better yet, join a club or group focused on a shared hobby, not just socializing. It gives you something to talk about. Now, let's tackle the second biggest friendship killer, and this one is a mood killer: the negative attitude. Think of your attitude like your personal weather report. Do you feel like you're constantly predicting thunderstorms? If your outlook is perpetually pessimistic, if you're always finding the dark lining in the silver cloud, you are unintentionally driving potential friends away. People are often completely unaware of how heavy their negativity is. It's like bringing a brick to a pillow fight. Every time you complain, every time you focus solely on the worst-case scenario, you're creating an atmosphere that others find exhausting. Look, friends are looking for companionship, joy, and shared good times. If every coffee date turns into a 45-minute rant about the state of your commute, the service, and the fact that the coffee isn't quite hot enough, people are going to start finding other places to get their caffeine fix. They start avoiding the heavy zone. The key here is to cultivate a genuinely warmer and more positive mindset. This isn't about faking it, it's about changing your focus. Practice gratitude. Every day, name 3 small things you are genuinely thankful for. It trains your brain to look for the good. Focus on solutions. When a problem pops up, stop yourself from complaining and immediately pivot. Okay, what's the next step? How can I fix this? Seek joyful activities. Get out and volunteer. Pick up a hobby you love. Doing things that inspire you naturally makes you a happier person, and happy people are magnetic. This transformation from Debbie Downer to delighted Darren doesn't just benefit you. It creates a warmer, more inviting persona that naturally attracts friends. You stop being the person people avoid and start being the person people want to be around. We've covered the basics, but there's another unavoidable factor that determines if a friendship will last: poor conflict resolution skills. Here's the reality: conflict is not optional. It's an inevitable part of any genuine human relationship. But how you handle that disagreement is the ultimate test of your maturity and connection. If you fail this test, even the most promising friendships can collapse. There are two major ways people fail this test. First, the avoiders. These people sidestep conflict completely. They let issues fester and simmer beneath the surface until the connection just quietly dissolves. You can't fix what you won't face. Second, the aggressors. These people jump straight to hostility, turning a simple disagreement into a personal attack. They create a hostile environment, teaching friends that speaking up is too dangerous. Neither approach allows for the trust and security that lasting friendships require. From dispute to dialogue. The goal is to move from dispute to dialogue. You need to learn constructive ways to address issues. Don't just wait for your turn. Validate the other person's feelings first. Say, I hear that you felt hurt when I... Express your own needs and feelings calmly, using I statements. A solution that satisfies both people is better than a win that leaves one person feeling defeated. We all live in an increasingly digital world, right? And relying on social media for all our connections, well, it can lead to something that feels a little bit like superficial friendships. Look, social platforms are amazing for keeping up with people who live far away. We all agree on that. But let's be honest, those interactions often lack the real depth of a face-to-face conversation. If we spend too much time staring at our screens, we're actually missing out on opportunities for meaningful engagement with the people who are physically right there with us. Here's the sticky part. Online, it's easy to show off this perfect, idealized version of ourselves. But that polished image can actually become a barrier, stopping truly authentic connections from forming. It's tough to build real trust when you're filtering your life. The fix: trading screens for connection. So, how do we fix this? How do we counteract the screen time and find real-life connection? It starts with seeking out those real-life interactions. Try this. Encourage your viewers and yourselves to invite friends out. Plan a group activity or try a new hobby together. Do something where the shared experience is the main focus. And this is key. When you are at a social gathering, set aside designated phone-free times. Put the phones in a basket. A little break from the scrolling really helps foster genuine connection. The goal is simple. Schedule regular meetups and focus on the quality of the time you spend together. This simple shift doesn't just nurture the friendships you already have, but it also opens up the possibility for new ones to bloom, dramatically enhancing your social life. It's time to trade the double tap for the high five. The fear of rejection. That's a huge barrier, and it can stop us completely from forming the friendships we really want. Where does this fear come from? It often stems from past painful experiences, or maybe just a perceived lack of self-worth. When you're overly concerned about how you'll be received, you hesitate. You don't make that necessary first move to start a friendship. To overcome this, we have to change how we see rejection. It's essential to reframe it. Remind yourself that rejection is actually a natural aspect of life. Seriously, it happens. And here's the most important part. It is often not personal. Developing resilience is absolutely crucial here. Resilience allows you to bounce back and not take those little setbacks too seriously. Building rejection resilience. How do you start? Start small. Try initiating brief conversations with acquaintances or colleagues. It just helps build comfort. Make sure you celebrate those small victories. That boost in confidence is huge over time. Also, try engaging in group activities. This can really alleviate the pressure of one-on-one rejection, letting you explore connections in a less pressured environment. Ultimately, you need to understand one thing. Vulnerability is part of meaningful relationships. Recognizing that truth can encourage you to take those brave first steps towards real friendship. It's worth the risk. Having a judgmental attitude.
That is a massive barrier, and it can alienate potential friends before a meaningful connection even has a chance to start. When people constantly criticize or dismiss others based on superficial traits, like their clothes or their taste in music, it immediately creates an unwelcoming environment. It puts up a big, flashing, go away sign. Where does this judgment come from? Sometimes it's insecurity. Sometimes it's a weird desire to feel superior. Whatever the reason, it completely hinders genuine relationships. And let's be honest, nobody likes the friend who secretly reviews everyone's fashion choices. Cultivating openness. So how do we fix this? How do we become more inclusive? It's vital to cultivate empathy and openness. Try this. Practice active listening. Instead of rushing to judge, truly try to understand another person's perspective. It turns out the world isn't just full of people who are wrong, but people who see things differently. Who knew? Also, seek out diversity. Engage in conversations with people from different backgrounds and experiences. This is the fastest way to expand your worldview and smash those preconceived notions you might be carrying around. Being supportive and accepting of others' differences doesn't just make you more approachable, it enriches your friendships through shared, varied perspectives. Creating an environment that celebrates diversity attracts a wider array of friendships and creates much deeper connections. Because deep down, we all want the same thing: to be seen, not to be judged. Let's talk about a huge challenge: boundaries. Being unable to set or respect them is a major friendship barrier. Think of boundaries as the rules of your relationship. If you don't have them, you risk becoming a doormat, always saying yes, burning yourself out, or becoming resentful. Friends eventually feel confused or overwhelmed by your lack of limits. This failure falls into two camps: the overgiver. You give too much, then secretly resent them. The overtaker. You demand too much time or energy, pushing them away. Neither leads to lasting trust. The key is learning to communicate your needs clearly and calmly. Setting stronger limits. Start with no. Practice saying, "No, I can't tonight, but thanks." Keep it simple. Define your limits. What time, energy, and emotional space are you actually willing to give? Respect theirs. A healthy friendship is a two-way street. Honor their no just as much as you expect them to honor yours. Learning to maintain boundaries means building a friendship based on mutual respect, not obligation. That kind of connection is truly built to last.
If you enjoyed this topic with us, show your support by hitting that like button, sharing this video with a fellow explorer, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to join our growing crew of explorers. Until then, have a great day and keep seeking out new answers.